Today is Juneteenth, and in honor of my ancestors being free, baby, I didn't plan on doing no work today. The people say they want me to talk about the Real Housewives of New York City and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I said, them white women's can hold on. Because, baby, I ain't doing no work for the man today. But then I thought about it and I said, you know what? Today would be a perfect day to talk about what's been going through my mind as it relates to black-owned businesses and the push that we've been seeing as a result of a lot of the protests for people going to black-owned businesses and us as black business owners having to be ready to accommodate this new business. Let's talk about some of this that goes on when folks want to shop, spend, patronize, support black-owned business. Here you go. So Nessa girl, I was sitting in the car talking to one of my homeboys who happens to work in marketing and hospitality and has worked from low end to high end, and we were having what we as black people, or Wendy Williams likes to call, kitchen talk. We were having some kitchen talk, and if y'all will allow me, we about to have a little kitchen talk right now on this platform, and then we're going to delve down into why it is. So, you know, we have now been reprogrammed and re-educated to fight when people say things like, see, that's why I don't like going to a black-owned business. Every time I go to a black-owned business, it's always some shit. Or there's always some nigga business going down. Kitchen talk, excuse me. And you know, I was one of those people that I was reprogrammed that when people talk like that, I have to come in and defend my black-owned businesses. And I have to say the proverbial, well, when Macy's makes a mistake, you don't spurt out your mouth, that's why I don't shop at white-owned businesses, or you give them multiple chances. But when it's the black-owned business, all of a sudden you just got an issue and you can't come back, right? That's what we've been taught to do. But if we could be allowed to have some kitchen talk here, black people, and be real, we as black people, we completely understand and know what another black person means when they make that comment, see, this is why I don't like to go to black-owned businesses. And of course, let me put this out there because of course there's going to be the literal police in there. It's not every black-owned business. It's just some black-owned businesses run perfect. We know that. We know that it's not every black-owned business, okay? But there is enough of them for there to be this stigma about shopping at black-owned businesses. So the conversation that my friend and I had was, I hope that this big push for black people shopping black and spending black doesn't have a negative effect, because some of these businesses that are now getting this influx of support can't accommodate the people, and they end up reinforcing, this is why I don't shop at black-owned business, or it's always some nigga shit going on at the black-owned business. Now, oftentimes, when we talk about shopping black and spending black at black-owned businesses, the most common used example would be restaurants, soul food restaurants, takeout restaurants, things of that nature. So we're going to use that as our baseline. I was talking to my friend and he helped me understand something. He said to me, you know, we were speaking in reference to a particular black-owned restaurant that we were going to go to here in Miami, and I had explained to him, I was like, listen, the food is really good, but I'm not going to lie to you. The service is a little spotty, and it's going to be a little wait time. And he was like, and the prices are a little high. And he was like, well, you know what? He was like, I'm not in the mood for that today. Let's just go where we originally were going to go. And that's what prompted the conversation. And I said, you know, what do you think brings this whole different experience? You know, this not up to par experience that people seldom experience in black-owned restaurants and so on and so forth. And he brought something to my attention that moved me to chorus and made me want to share. He said, there is one thing that white people understand in business, and that it's protocol. And he said that regardless of your business, there is just a standard way of doing things. And he said oftentimes black people get in business and they come with this is my shit, ain't nobody gonna tell me how to do it, I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, and they end up abandoning the protocol that has been proven to be successful in this particular industry. And I literally slammed on brakes at the stoplight and was like, ding, 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 a light bulb went off. So it's a psychology. It's not a lack of resources, a lack of skill. And as he began to break it down, I was like, this makes perfect sense to me. We're not battling them. We're not battling the outside elements. We are battling ourselves. And it is a psychology that we must get past. That yes, it is yours. And yes, you can do whatever you want to do, including running the shit into the ground. But there is a standard framework across every industry as to how things should flow and things should work. And that is why there seems to be uniformity across all of the big brand chains and all of the white-owned businesses. But the one person who abandons the protocol because they want to do what they want to do now has all of these yoke complaints, so on and so forth. So the message in all of this is this. You may own your own restaurant now. You may own your own business. And once upon a time, you may have worked for the man at Red Lobster, okay? And you was mad because you was told what to do when you was down to the Red Lobster. But the reality of the situation is that what you learned at Red Lobster is the same exact protocol your ass need to be taken out of Red Lobster and implemented into your damn business because it works. People should not be coming, and I don't care what your business is. I don't care if it's food. I don't care if it's nails. I don't care if it's hair. I don't care if it's auto detailing. People should not come to your business and have to wait 30 and 45 minutes to be serviced for anything. They shouldn't. People should be greeted the moment they walk through the door. What services you say you offer and products you say you sell, you should have, or they should be taken off the menus and menus reprinted. It's just simple things. And the word I am going to drill in on this Juneteenth as we begin to strive for excellence, people, is protocol. I see a lot of y'all on Instagram talking, I got a black-owned business, and yes, be proud. And I am proud that so many black-owned businesses are stringing along. But what we cannot do is sit here and manipulate our own people into shopping with us solely because we're black. And you can't carry this arrogance and this attitude that just because you black and I got a black-owned business, you gotta shop with me. You're not gonna guilt me into shopping with you. And your product and your service and your standards are not up to par. So my advice to anyone in this situation that may own a business is pay attention to your competition. Your competition across all colors. And find out what the generally accepted principles are in your business. I'm sorry, when I go to Boston Market, I'll walk in and in 10 minutes later, I'm out. If I'm not able to walk into your establishment and do the same, then there's something that you need to tweak. All right? Maybe you need to have the rice done already. Maybe the macaroni and cheese need to be done already. Maybe the ribs need to be 90% cooked and just need to be brown when I get there. I don't know what it is, but you have got to figure out why it is that these people over here are able to operate more efficiently and you got a 45-minute wait and folks got an attitude. The second thing that I've learned in business, stop hiring family and friends. Stop hiring family and friends to work your business. Now, if they're qualified, and they have a special kind, that's good. But stop putting your niece Kiki at the front just because she had 3 kids and her man don't quit her and she need a job and Kiki not qualified to do what it is. We don't need stop putting miserable people at the front of your business. Alright? Because they are the first line of defense and they are the first person that we see when we walk through the door. And I'm sorry, you asking me for my money. And everybody wants us to shop black and shop black and shop black. But the reality of the situation is whatever the hell it is you selling, there are 19 other places I can go get it. Alright? And if I can go get it over there with a smile and a bit more expeditiously, then that's about what I'm going to do if Kiki at the front with attitude. Tell Kiki she need to smile. Tell Kiki she need to carry her ass down to Neiman Marcus or the Nordstroms and see how them people greet their people. They need some training protocols. When a customer walks through the door, you say, "Good evening, thank you for shopping at Q's Place of Ribs. I'll be with you in 1 second." Nobody should have to be standing in line waiting 10 and 15 minutes before somebody greet them. This happened to me the other day. I was at the Rib Shack. I ain't gonna tell you which one, but I was there because I don't want to paint nobody business bad. I was at a Rib Shack. I walked in, me and my homegirl Cindy, and we literally had to stand in the lobby 12 minutes before the lady even greeted us. She was ringing up other people, calling out the numbers. We literally felt invisible. I'm like, all she had to say is, "I'm finna run to the bike and get a bag of ice. I'll be right with you. Let me go slice this cake real quick. I'll be back. Just give me a second. I'll be back." Something. She treated us like we were invisible. And I remember thinking to myself, this shit would never fly anywhere else. How and why is this acceptable? And what's unfortunate about it is, oftentimes in black-owned businesses, particularly restaurants, the food and stuff is so damn good that we was like, "Bitch, she didn't greet me, but I'm gonna eat these ribs anyway. I'm gonna stand here and feel invisible, and I'm gonna pay these $17 for these ribs." And we gotta stop resting on our laurels and resting on the fact that our people gonna support us just because. Because what it made my friend do, the new person that I brought, she was like, yeah, the food is good, but she was like, the service, I don't know that I would tell anybody about this. And we all know that bad news travels much further than good news. So y'all, in this whole movement and this push for black excellence, we have to hold each other accountable, and we have to lift each other up and gently correct one another. This ain't a read, this ain't to spray nobody, this ain't to down nobody. This is to simply say, "Hey sis, I want you to do better. Hey bro, I want you to do better in your business, and here is ways that you can add some efficiencies to this so that your business can run toe-to-toe with the bigger chains, so you can bring in more money to do the things that the bigger chains and the bigger people or the white-owned established restaurants do." See, until my friend introduced to me this whole psychology of abandoning the protocol, because this is my shit and I'm going to do what I want to do, I always thought it was a matter of resources, right? I always assumed that some smaller businesses, some black-owned businesses could not operate as efficiently as other businesses because they did not have the resources to do so. And it was an interlocking issue, right? It was like, okay, in order for them to get the resources, I got to keep spending my money with them so they can get the money to get the latest register, to get the latest POS system. But if I don't like the service, I'm not going to keep coming. So what do? One hand washes the other. And, and he helped me to realize while resources may be part of it, it's the lesser part of it. And we've truly got to shape. Yes, I'm happy for you that you're in business. Yes, you work for the man all your life, and now that you the boss, ain't nobody finna tell you what to do. But you cannot abandon protocols that make businesses of the type that you're in flow smoothly. There's just certain protocol. So the takeaway from this is for anybody out there who owns a business, anybody out there who's thinking about starting a business, find out the generally accepted principles of your business, find out the protocols for running the type of business that you're in, and build your business around said protocols. Listen, when I get a new piece of information that made me go, aha, I'm going to share it with you so you can say, aha, aha. And y'all celebrate June, y'all better twerk down. It better not be a damn bottle of Hennessy left on the shelf down to the stove. When I go to the Rib Shack, they better be giving me poor service because y'all don't went down there and bought up all the ribs. Y'all better celebrate the day like y'all ain't never celebrated before. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. And I'm finna get ready to get drunk and get me some crabs and roll my kiki until the sun come up. And I'll call you later, Nessa girl. Bye.